A clean sheet with Spurs.
On the Plot Malaysia.
Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is our 92nd episode. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.
Woo! Oh, Hari, oh my God. After weeks of getting battered, bantered, whatever you say, finally, as a Man United fan, I feel happy. I feel really happy, and we beat Spurs 3-0, kept the clean sheet. And guess what, Hari? We are not going to be here alone. We are going to be joined by a Spurs faithful, from the local Spurs U-Asian TV channel on YouTube. So, Hari, you want to get the drum rolling? Who's going to join us?
Let's get the drum rolling, man.
Let's welcome Spurs fan, Mr. Eugene.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Yep.
Hey.
I'm saying, let Ram be happy. Last week he wasn't that happy.
Oh man.
And be
man.
happy while it lasts, huh?
Yeah.
I'll take whatever. I'll take it now because we scored
You
3
guys deserve
goals.
it.
We kept a clean sheet, and I think this is something that was a rarity, to be honest, because keeping a clean sheet was never in the cards when playing against United. So finally we did, and I'm happy to say that Spurs did not get a shot on target the whole game.
Guys, you guys played 5 at the back, So
I think
it's nothing to do with you guys.
Nothing to do. I think that's the formation that I think United will stick around. Keeping. But yeah, So thank you, Eugene, for joining us. Of course, I think
always welcome.
I think it's brave of you to be.
On.
No worries. I think it's brave of you to be here after the onslaught by United, but really good to have you on as usual. So guys, Spurs fans out there, if you want to get in touch with Eugene, please do. Spurs U-Asian TV from, of course, made in Malaysia. So do subscribe to his channel, join us. So Hari, what do we have in store for us today?
Ram, let's start off with the results of the weekend.
Sure.
Obviously, the focus is going to be, our focus today in terms of reviewing is going to be on the United Spurs game. And guys, it's a short episode and we're going to focus on that match itself. But just to recap the results from the weekend, great result for Arsenal. They're in crazy form, unbeaten.
They're flying.
10
They're
now.
flying.
And I spoke about this. Even before the run, so I'm going to take some credit for it. I said they look like a good side and they will pick up a lot of results. And away from home against Leicester, this is
Tommy
a very, very good result.
Yeah, Tomiyasu was the last part of the puzzle that went in.
No, the last part of the puzzle, I think the key is Ramsdale. He was unbelievable against Leicester. He made some stunning saves against Leicester. I think he made 9 saves in the game. So Arsenal won 2-0 away from home. Great result. Burnley 3, Brentford 1. Brentford brought down to earth a little bit. Liverpool 2, Brighton 2. Well, Brighton came back against Liverpool.
I have to say this. Before you go on further, I have to say this.
Rub it in.
2-0. Liverpool led 2-0, and Brighton came back 2-2. And I have to say, Graham Potter's side was a brilliant outfit. Okay.
No, they have been a brilliant outfit from the start of the season. We've been saying they're a great team.
But in this game, at Liverpool, away to Liverpool, they have showed a lot of grit. They have showed a lot of finesse. In their football. So I'm very happy, very proud of Brighton. Well done, absolutely well done.
And that's the problem. It's not just against Liverpool. They've been actually unbelievable away from home for a lot of the matches this season. I think they haven't really lost away from home. So I think it's just because Liverpool is highlighted more, but they've been unbelievable all year through. Man City 0, Crystal Palace 2. This was a shock result, I think. Yeah, but obviously Man City had a player sent off as well. So great result.
Yep.
Newcastle 0, Chelsea 3. Chelsea is just an absolute machine. 0-0 at halftime, but Reece James scores 2 belters and Chelsea win 3-0. Southampton 1, Watford 0. So Ranieri brought back down to earth. And then obviously the big game will focus on Spurs 0, United 3. Norwich 1, Leeds 2. Rafinha scored a great goal. And then yesterday's game, I saw this game and I thought
Oh
it was
wow, I
really,
love this
really,
game.
really impressed with West Ham. I think they're unbeaten in God knows how long. They are up to fourth on the table. And the scary part is Liverpool is playing them away from home next week. But they just thrashed Villa 4-1 and they were comfortable winners. So some very interesting scores this weekend. Before we get to the United Spurs game, just very quickly on the Liverpool Brighton game. I don't know if you guys saw the game. I think Ram, you might have seen. Eugene, did you catch the
Yeah, I
game?
saw.
No, didn't catch the game.
So
Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry
Liverpool
again.
took a 2-0 lead early. Should have had a third goal, but obviously ruled off for
Yeah.
handball for Mane. It would have been 3-0. And then Brighton came back. The first goal, Brighton were playing well in any case, but the first
The
goal was a
first
bit
goal
of a
was
fluke.
beautiful.
I think it was a bit of a fluke. I think he was trying to cross the ball, that one. I'm pretty sure he was trying to cross the ball. And he put it to a back. It just comes across like
Ram.
I mean, you see that goal, you can see the shape
But
on it. He
bro,
meant it
No,
as a
no,
but
cross.
bro,
no,
the
no,
way
no,
the
Ram,
way
a
it
goal
went
is a
into
goal,
the
lah.
net. Come on, a goal is a goal. It's
A goal is a goal,
Thank you,
okay?
Eugene.
No, I'm
Thank
saying
you,
that. I'm
bro.
saying
It doesn't get whether it's beautiful or
I
off the
didn't
butt
even say
or whatever.
I
It's
didn't
still
even
a
say
goal.
it's not a goal. I said a goal is a goal.
But
I
Eugene,
mean,
because
just
you said that, I'll go easy on you today, man. Cheers. Well
Yeah, okay.
done.
Thank you. Yeah.
no, I'm not denying that a goal is a goal, but I mean, anyone who knows who sees that can see it's a bit of a he was trying to cross the ball now.
Sometimes,
But in
yeah.
any case, goal is a goal. They deserved the goal anyway. Before that, they hit the post, and then the second half they got the equalizing goal because they were very adventurous. They pressed us high up the field. They were getting in behind, and they scored a goal. I'm going to say something though. Uh, not excuses here, but Liverpool were down to bare bones in midfield. I think what cost Liverpool in this game was in midfield. So Naby
Yeah.
Keita started the game. They started brilliantly. Once Naby Keita went off, they had to put
Oh,
Ox on. And it
injuries.
was, yeah, so they've got 8 midfielders, Liverpool, and out of that, 5 of them are out injured. So they had to
Oh.
play with the only 3, which is Henderson, Oxlade-Chamberlain, who is basically garbage now, and Curtis Jones, who's a 20-year-old midfielder. So
Oh, no wonder.
so I think they couldn't make any changes in the game in midfield because there were no more midfielders left. So that was a big part, I think, to play in how Brighton were able to cut through the midfield. But good play, Brighton, a great side, and I thought they deserved the point. Genuinely deserved the point. Graham Potter side, a brilliant outfit, So let's move on. Let's talk about the big game, the Spurs United game. The game we have Eugene and Ram on, of course, today to discuss. So let's get straight into it, Ram. I didn't catch the game, so you tell me, man, how good was that, and were you impressed by United's performance?
I think I have to say I got to take a big credit as well because I was hoping for United to play with 3 men at the back. With 2 wing backs, so it's technically a 5-man defense. So I was hoping for that to happen, and it did. And Solskjaer actually played Varane. Thankfully, he's back from injury.
Yeah.
And we've got, of course, Maguire and Lindelof. And I got to say this, I think Maguire plays better with Varane because it makes him a better player because more secure at the back. Varane is the one that sits back. Maguire is allowed to go forward a little bit more, but Varane maintains his position. So I think that makes him a better player. So I think without Varane, as you can see, it's pretty obvious and pretty evident that, Maguire is shit, needless to say. But credit goes to go to where it's due because if you look at McTominay and Fred, I hated them. When you talk about starting them in the first 11, but against Spurs, they have showed that they could actually play a good game. And McTominay was excellent against Spurs. And needless to say, Ronaldo, pulling off that beautiful goal. I think, he silenced the critics really well. And Cavani, my goodness, what a player. You start with Cavani, you are bound to have a very, very good performance because I hope Ole learns from this because Ronaldo can be put on the bench. No issues. But you start with Cavani, a lot of things would have happened because he is someone that will win the ball in midfield. He's someone who will make those runs like how Rooney used to make all those years. So I think, in all fairness, I think it was a match that I was surprised, to be honest, because I expected Spurs to come out. But United just took the game away from Spurs. Spurs had more possession of the football already, to be honest. But United
basically, United and Solskjaer went back to counter-attacking style, which works for him.
Yeah, that works for them. That works for them. Yeah,
But Ram, let me ask you this question again now, right? This is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and can I be very honest with you? I'm glad United
you
won the
have to be
game.
honest. You have to
I'm
be
very
honest.
glad. We're gonna get to Eugene, but I'm actually so glad that United won that game. Because you fans, you United fans, I don't know if to say if you're deluded or whatever it is, but I'm so glad they won it because Solskjaer is in now. Obviously now Ole is in and he's gonna stay, and I
Yeah.
want him to stay for life.
He's not
Now,
going to stay until they beat Atlanta or City. So let's
I
be
mean,
honest. Yeah.
whenever you change a formation and the opposition team is not expecting it, you have a surprise element in there. There's a
Yeah.
surprise element. You go on and you can win a game, right? And again, like I said, they went back to counter-attacking style. But when you change a formation, you always tend to get a result because the opposition is not expecting it like that. Uh, but can they sustain that? Because very quickly teams will find out this is how United are going to play, and they're going to know how to outsmart Solskjaer again tactically because he's not tactically smart in my opinion.
Oh
So
my
I
God.
like the fact that
I feel another onslaught coming from Hari. Oh my God.
no,
Put it
I'm
down,
just
bro.
giving I'm just giving my point of view because I think great result. But I'm so happy that they won because if you fall for this again, I don't know what to say. And I'm going to say one more thing. It's almost as if Solskjaer winning that game, you have shot yourself in the foot because you've actually done Spurs a favor. You look at Eugene smiling. Nuno Espirito Santo has been sacked, and there's a very good chance the man that would have been ideal to come into United to get you some results, Antonio Conte, and win something for you, is going to be the Spurs manager instead now, which means you will have less options again out there when you go hunting for a manager. So I don't know whether this is actually a win for United in the big picture
Look,
or
Hari,
it's
Hari, let
actually
me
a
ask you
loss.
this. Okay, let me ask you this, Hari. Okay, usually we're going to come to you in a second. Yeah. So, Hari, let me ask you this. You're a football fan, you're a Liverpool fan. You just came out after a 5-0 dropping, of course. You need to bounce back. So, I think as a football fan, you need to expect that, we need to bounce back with a win. So, I think regardless of whatever the outcome is, whether it's Eugene smiling from year to year about Antonio Conte, or whether you feel it's good for you for other teams because Ole is still at the wheel or whatever you think. I think it's important that we register a win, especially when the upcoming games are going to be so tough. So I think it's very important for us. So it doesn't matter who the manager is at this point. But
I don't know. I don't know. Like, this is your point of view, and I get Man United point of view, right? So I appreciate
yeah,
that. But if it was my team, I would like to see a pattern of play more than a win. Register a point, a future, a plan, a future. This is how we're going to approach things. This is how we're going to play. If you go with five at the back, I don't know how long it sticks with it personally because
I
let me
agree.
be
I
very
agree.
let
I
me be very
agree.
let me be very honest with you. Aaron Van Bissaka, and I want to get Eugene on this as well. But Van Bissaka as a right wing back in a five is is madness. He can't get forward, that guy. So number one, that's not
Dude,
sustainable in my opinion.
dude, are you serious? Are you
Aaron
serious,
Wan
bro?
Bissaka,
He
Eugene,
Guys,
made
let's get
so
to
guys,
you.
all
many
right, okay.
crosses. He made so many crosses.
Hold on,
Let's get
Ram.
to you,
Don't
Eugene.
get overexcited yet, Ram. All right.
Yep. Yep.
During that match, okay, you guys can't
Mm,
take the press. Every time we pressed you, you lost the ball.
mm.
Agreed?
Yeah,
But we were shit. All right, we passed 13 minutes. We were shit.
that also agreed.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
I
so
agree to
so
that too.
so so quick question to you,
So
Eugene. Do you think it's a false dawn then? And on United? Because I mean I'm asking you, do you
no,
think it's
that's what I'm saying.
possibly a false dawn? Yeah.
My biggest hope now, right? Nuno is sacked because that match was termed the El Sacico. One of the
Okay.
managers is going to get sacked.
Psychical.
Yeah.
Yeah, all over the social media universe, it was already termed that, right?
Mm.
Somebody was going to get sacked, whoever lost, right? If we beat you 3-0, most probably Ole got sacked,
Yeah.
and Conte is on the way to Manchester United. Okay,
Yep.
we lost 3-0. Nuno is sacked. Nuno has landed in London. Nuno is talking now to the Spurs
Antonio
board.
Conte, not Nuno, you mean
Oh
Conte.
no, sorry. Nuno has left. Sorry, Nuno has
Yeah.
left. Antonio Conte. Conte has landed, talking to the Spurs board, and deep down inside, I want Conte too. But the way I see the Spurs board in the end, I think Conte will walk out the door, right? And he'll take the flight up to Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Not you guys.
Probable.
Guys.
Probable. Yeah. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
But no.
Yeah.
Come down to the actual football. We were really bad. I think since the West Ham game, I think I saw it already in the players themselves. They've really lost confidence in Nuno.
They lost the
right?
dressing. He lost the dressing room already. Yeah.
He lost the dressing room already because during the Newcastle game, he did make one sub. And that's very weird. Even though you had a 15 minutes break or whatever during that incident they had there. So, I mean, at least the guy is better now, during the Newcastle match. We didn't make one sub. And the next match against West Ham, he made his sub after the goal, but because it was held off, he didn't make it straight away, right? He made it in the 84th minute, and it didn't, why do you make the sub in 84th minute too, right? And when we played you guys, okay, we took off Lucas Moura, one of the most effective players in attack against you guys. So he has lost the plot. And what happened, I think, in the stadium, the atmosphere started to turn toxic. The fans started to boo. Okay. And they started to chant, "Levy out." So that's why this decision came yesterday. Or today. Or something like that. Right, today. Okay. And of course, maybe Nuno was not Paratici's first choice or second choice, maybe his third or fourth choice. And Conte was always Paratici's first choice. So Paratici now goes back to Conte and he has to bring him in. If he doesn't bring Paratici doesn't bring Conte in, and if Conte can't make a deal with Levy, right, that means that Levy is undermining Paratici already. So there's a whole cycle going on at our club now.
Yep.
Don't think so hunky-dory and rosy because Conte is coming, whoever, we got rid of Nuno and all that. But there's a backstory going on. But we're Spurs. Most of our staff don't take a responsibility anyway. So,
but I have to say, I have to say, Eugene, that in of course, in attempts of all the fans booing the Spurs when they lost against United, and I have to admire this one fact, though. Although I hate to say it, but it's true that the action was taken on the spot, which is to let the manager go, and somebody else is in talks with Paratici. Whether the outcome was a yes or a no for Conte, but the fact that the action was done on the spot.
Levy had to make the action. Levy had to make the action. You know why, guys? Listen. You know why Levy had to make the action? In all these 21 years, right? The fans have not done that before. This is the first time.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you credit. Right? Still, at least the Spurs board, 10 games in, took a decision.
So they have to.
Yeah, and I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it on the other side now. I think it's something the United board should have done.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Harry. You see, that's my point.
Harry again.
And I think
I agree with Harry. I agree with him.
Because I'm telling you for a fact, this for me is false dawn. You change your formation, you can pull a result off against the Spurs side that's on the down. The manager has lost the dressing room. I mean, I'll tell you this again, Ram, and this is not coming from me, right? But anyone else will tell you this as well. And your own ex-player, your legend Roy Keane said it. Crystal Palace will not take Aaron Wan-Bissaka back.
Yeah.
He is not.
I heard that.
He is not a top 4 right back, a top 4 club right back.
No,
he doesn't offer anything going forward.
No,
and now you play him, as a right wing back, which is supposed to be an adventurous right back. This won't last. The other thing I will say as well is, you cannot, as Man United, if you are happy going into games in the future, playing with 2 34, 35, 36-year-old strikers. I mean, you're like LA Galaxy, man, a retirement home. If your 2 starting strikers are 36 years old, what's the future, man? What does that hold? So for me, this is just so short-lived, and long may continue. For me, I'm watching this with a smile on my face because he is gonna take your club backwards, man. He's not going
to. It already has gone backwards.
Yep.
They don't see it. That's all. Right?
They don't see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you guys don't see it. It's already gone backwards. You see, because like what we have been saying, okay, we had Poch, right, and Levy didn't back him. We went all the way to. I mean, we were fighting more or less with Leicester for the Premier League at one period of time. Then we went all the way to the final Champions League. Okay. And Levy didn't back Poch instead of standing behind his back and get rid of the players that were not performing for Poch, right? He got rid of Poch. Okay. Then he brings in Jose. Jose becomes something that covers over the cracks because he's a celebrity buy, big name, right? and Levy's ego buying, right? But don't forget what Jose came out in after he left. He said Levy didn't keep to his promises to him, Jose. So that's come out. So that what we fear now is going to be the same thing again. When Levy's like that, when he wants someone, he'll give you this. It's like chasing after a girlfriend that you want to go on date or whatever lah. You will give the star, the moon, the sun. Then when you get the date, the time, a few more times you get bored, you say okay lah, no. But the problem in the end, what I see is, if we do get Conte in, will the board back him to perform? That's all.
I think Conte is a different manager altogether, Eugene, because
Yeah.
you talk about.
But he needs to get back.
Yeah, but the thing is, Conte is someone that dictates the play compared to,
No, he
Nuno.
dictates the terms. If
Yeah,
you want
he dictates
me,
the terms.
you want me, you must give me what I want. That's
But
all.
rest assured to Spurs, if Conte does become the manager for Spurs, you are assured that there's someone there that's able to dictate what things are supposed to be done. So if Conte is not there, then those terms are not being met. So it's very simple.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, but like I said,
the other thing I'll highlight, right, what Dr. Prashant says here, right?
Yeah.
What happens if Ole wins the next 3 games? Good point. He could go on and win the next 3 games with the formation he has, right? That's absolutely fine. I mean, as far as I know, when you play with the 3 at the back, and if you ask, I'm sure if you go ask Antonio Conte or Tuchel, etc., it takes a lot of training. It's a well-drilled formation. You got to be really good at it, because if not, if you play 3 at the back, it's very easy to get exposed as well.
Yeah,
by players. You've got to be very, very well drilled. So I don't know how well drilled he's got them in such a short span.
But Harry, I don't know whether you watched the game. Did you watch the game?
I did. I watched the highlights. The other thing I'll point out is very quickly. For me, a really good manager is a manager that also has a way of playing, a style of playing, and gets players in to suit that style of play. Not a manager that hops formation to formation after having signed people like Sancho, etc. How does Sancho fit in this system, man? He's gone. So for me, that basically he's just moving from system to save his job.
No,
he doesn't have a particular way of buying time. You don't have a way of playing. You don't recruit for the way of playing. You're constantly changing on the hop to get just the results to keep you going. So I find that for me is not a strong manager, because a strong manager sticks to his principles and makes it work, right, with the right players in. So that's the other thing I'll point out. But yeah, he could well go on a 3-game winning streak. But I mean, like I said, from my point of view, it's happy days. As long as he's at your club,
look, Harry,
you guys are not going to win anything.
Look, Harry, I want to say something. I agree with what you said about the fact that with how Sancho's going to fit in. I agree with that. But now going back to Dr. Prashant's point about what happens with Ole wins the next 3 games. Yes, if he wins the next 3 games, probably he's going to stay. But my argument is, I've also posted on social media on my front saying that I would love to see Van de Beek, I would love to see Sancho, I love to see Alex Telles actually start a game or 2, because I think it's not doing justice to the quality that they can bring to the club. And maybe because of Spurs coming out of a defeat against West Ham, perhaps that was an easy win for us, to be honest. No disrespect to Spurs, Eugene, you know what I'm saying. But I think going into the other games coming forward, like Atlanta, you've got City coming in the fray as well. So I think if Ole is going to stick to the same squad, then it's going to be detrimental to what we can achieve. But if Ole can perhaps rest Ronaldo, for example, stick Cavani up front, put on Sancho, in the middle of the park, and of course, have Van de Beek,
but Ram, blessing in disguise.
Then it's possible that something could happen. But yeah,
blessing in disguise. The blessing in disguise was Pogba was red carded.
Yeah, in that sense, because Pogba.
Then when you got Pogba red carded, Ole had more of a way to play, because when he has Pogba in there, he gets confused. He doesn't know what to do with all these stars. You understand? He has to make a decision.
Point here by Dr. Prashant again. I mean, like I said, he probably will not use this for long, according to Dr. Prashant, because where do you fit the other attacking players like Sancho, Rashford, and Greenwood? How could they fit them in?
You guys, MU needs to utilize the squad, number one. But you must remember, what we did was very bad. The first goal, I can say that the overhead lob, right? Davis was out of position a bit, but it was a good lob, and it was a good take by Ronaldo. That was world class.
Great finish. World class finish. Yeah.
World class volley. Couldn't say, right? The second goal, mistake again. In the
Yeah.
midfield, we lost the ball. Right.
Skip.
Every goal that you guys scored after that was our mistake. The goal that Rashford scored, bloody Ben Davis was 5 yards in.
Yep. Yep.
Right. And when Ben Davis came out onto that lineup, the whole fan base went crazy. You said, what the hell was he doing? What is Nuno doing? That is the problem. In the stadium, they were chanting, "You do not know what you're doing."
Yeah.
This is another. This is the other thing, right, Ram? As Eugene pointed out, I think one of the issues that United had against Liverpool, against Leicester as well, is they couldn't deal with the press. You couldn't deal with the press whatsoever. Your players couldn't deal with the press. Spurs really didn't do a good job of the press. Let's be honest.
We couldn't press much.
It was a half-assed attempt at pressing. So that's number one. So I think a real test will be against maybe City or Atalanta coming up, who can press, who can really press. The other thing is, the other test I would say is when you play at home again, when you're expected, or you play a smaller team where you're expected to dominate the ball, and you can't play this counter-attacking approach, because this was a counter-attacking approach which works well for Oli. When you're playing home, when you're playing a smaller team, you're expected to be on the front foot. Can you
be careful of Brentford?
Can you break that team down, etc.? Which is again going to be the other issue.
Yeah.
But let me just say one thing, Hari. United, as you know, of course, aside from the Liverpool game, I think United are a goal-scoring side. They can score goals.
That's something you can't deny that.
They can score goals. So it's a matter of just the right pass. I mean, you got to look at players like Bruno, for example, who can just make one wonderful pass. If he gets it right, it's good enough to actually hurt defense.
No, but that's exactly what I'm trying to say. You guys have star quality all over the pitch. You will win games.
But
you've got that much Galacticos.
But
if you
no
want to
consistency.
win, if you want consistency, if you want to win titles, not games, you want to win titles and cups, then you need a master at the top. You need a proper manager, a leader at the top.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with you, Hari. I agree that Ole needs to go. I agree.
That's the difference, right? Tactical brilliance gets you over the top and gets you to win the big stuff, especially when you're competing against the guys like Tuchel, Conte, possibly Klopp, Pep Guardiola, for example. You need to be tactically sound, like not you're found wanting.
Absolutely.
I mean, let's put it this way, lah. This is what I'm talking about: bravery of the board, lah. If and we condemn Spurs, etc. But I'm going to give them credit here. I mean, if Spurs had lost 5-0 at home against Arsenal, whether they sang Levy,
don't say that.
Whether they sang Levy, I know, but whether they sang Levy out or not, they would have sacked Nuno Espirito Santo. The fact that Ole could survive that, for me, shows a lack of courage, bravery.
I mean, you don't have
to.
Hari, honestly, you don't have to. You reiterate that fact. I think all United fans agree with you, because losing to Liverpool 5-0 at home is very, very shameful. And the question is, why is Ole still at United? So there is a lot of talks about why. So okay, fine, he pulled off a result, winning 3-0. But the question is, I think the Spurs game is not just going to be a testament. I think it's going to be against Atlanta. It's going to be against, Man City.
City
coming going to be against Chelsea, coming up. So I think these games are going to be a real test, like you said. But of course, you can't deny the fact that United fans, as we are happy to bounce back with a win, regardless of whoever the manager is. It's important that we bounce back with a win to take our momentum towards all these games. But imagine if we would have lost against Spurs. I think, oh my God, I think it would
you say Ole and you get Conte.
But the board doesn't want this. I don't understand about the board. They want Conte because it's so close to Mourinho. But I don't understand them, because Conte, even though how defensive he may be, that's what we need, because we've not been keeping a clean sheet for like 20 over games. So
you need a pattern of play. You need a pattern of play. You need a structure. You can't just it's just hopping from game to game with some change of strategy. For me, you're being bailed out by your star quality.
They already had Ole for 2.5 years. Just let them have him longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me do a shout out.
I'm super happy.
Let me do a shout out to Dan TFC. Dan, thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. He's a Spurs fan. So he's just hopping on to support me. So right. And he wants to hear what's the Ole Conte banter about. We
Yeah,
don't
so
banter
I
too
mean,
much here. Yeah.
Conte. Yeah, Conte for Spurs. I think is a great
He's
appointment.
not in yet. He's not in yet.
I
Yeah.
just don't know how long it's going to last as well, because
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's a fit for the Spurs board. I think Levi, with his tight purse strings, etc., you can feel that this
Yeah.
is going to turn into a bit of a soap opera, not very long
No,
thing, you
this
know.
is going to be Jose Mourinho part 2.
The
Yeah,
bold and the beautiful.
Yeah.
So
The
bold.
bald and the beautiful.
yeah,
But no,
indeed,
Ram.
indeed.
To tell you the truth, what Harry's saying is true. Because what Harry is looking at is long
I'm
term.
looking at the
Future.
long-term future.
Long
Yeah,
term. Yeah. But Ram now needs to be happy because he lost you last week, bro. 5-0. Like, let him be happy a bit, lah.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm
please.
not nothing against it, man. Be
Happy
absolutely
Deepavali.
happy, but it's this ole in ole out thing, like, you know, from game to game. I mean, you've
Don't they look
recruited
like
someone like
Spurs?
Sancho. You've got Greenwood. Where do you play these guys? There's
No, at
constant
least you got Sancho
formation
and Greenwood.
changes.
You got the talent to play. Right now, we don't have nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. At least
I
your board
just
spent no. At least Manchester United, the Glazers go out and spend money. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Right. And you spend the money and you're not getting the results, and somehow or another, your owners and the board must have some kind of plan there.
Yep.
Right. It might not be good for you guys, right? But they must have a bigger plan somewhere along the way. Okay. And what's
No,
happened to
our
us?
board
We
is too
lost.
busy buying Indian cricket clubs.
Oh yeah, I
To
forgot. Yeah. That's a very, very,
yeah,
very,
that's what
very,
our,
very,
our
very,
that's
very,
what our
very.
boards are interested in. So it's not about the Premier League football. But then again, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
But
I mean, well played. Like, I mean, United still got the result, so credit where it's
yeah.
due.
Let him
But you know, but I mean,
let him
and
bask in glory.
I think at the end of it, at the end of the day, too good. I mean, both of you all got what you wanted, right? You got a win, Ram. Eugene got the sacking for Nuno and possibly an appointment for Conte. So it's all good, man.
Possibly.
Exactly, guys. I mean, we're going to
Yeah.
keep this short with the episode today,
Yeah,
but really
yeah.
quickly, Ram, let's talk about the get some prediction from you as well for the Atlanta game. I think it's coming up tomorrow, right? Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's day after.
Oh, it's
Wednesday.
Wednesday night.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
You're right.
When does
Tomorrow.
Liverpool play?
Tuesday night.
Tomorrow, which is Wednesday after midnight. Yeah, so it's tomorrow.
Oh,
late.
after midnight.
So
Okay,
Liverpool
okay.
is playing Thursday morning, which is Wednesday
Thursday
night.
morning.
actually.
All right. Mhm.
Yeah. So what's your prediction for that game, man? Atlanta.
I think to be
Away from
honest, away from home, I think a draw will be sufficient. But I think I'm going to go with 2-1 win for United.
For United, okay. Well,
Good for you.
That would be a good result. I think that would get you all through pretty much the next round. What about you, man, Eugene? I mean,
We're playing Vitesse.
what have Spurs coming up? Vitesse again.
Yep. At home Vitesse on Thursday, Friday morning, Malaysian time. But we don't even know whether we have a manager then. So Mason in.
Ryan Mason again. Yeah, bring him in again. Bring him back in again. Bring him back in again.
I see the happiness.
Oh dear. This is all fake.
Ryan Mason.
Awesome, man. I mean, I've got to say, Ram, one thing I'll say is, I've been saying it for a while as well. Why he doesn't start Cavani? I thought Cavani was brilliant, from what I saw the highlights. I mean, I think if I had a choice, I would play. And this is the problem, right? When you sign someone like Ronaldo, you have to play him every game, because if not, I think you guys, if you play with a 3-5-2, if that's the way he's going to go forward, you start Cavani, Rashford. I think that works like a gem, man. You have someone with pace up top, and then you have Cavani. Who
But
can
to
run
be
the
honest,
channels,
hold that
Instead
thought,
of
Harry.
playing-
To be honest, I think Ronaldo yesterday in the game, he showed a different side of him. He was going back into the midfield. He was running the play. He was assisting the goal. So I thought there was a different side of Ronaldo yesterday, and you could see a glimpse of how he used to play before when he was.
I agree. I agree. I mean, both of them obviously work together, but I'm again looking at the future. You can't be playing two 35, 36-year-old strikers.
I agree.
Maybe 40 years old.
You've got to
But
look
guys,
forward.
don't argue about the future, lah. Let him be happy now.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Let him.
The next week he'll cry again. So
No, but I'm gonna say,
it's very fast. MCT is just around the corner, bro.
Yeah, but there will be. I think against Atalanta, Ronaldo could be rested because City is coming, in the horizon. So I foresee United being resting Ronaldo.
Ronaldo will play.
Ronaldo plays every game.
Ronaldo will won that championship
because it's Mr. Champions League, right? So
yeah. Most probably he scored 2 goals, then maybe he'll take him off, right, or something like that.
I think the real test is Man City, lah. That's going to be the real test again.
We put it at Man City,
because I don't think I don't think even Oli can survive another
But okay,
battering
MCT
goal
away
against
at
a
home.
rival. Home.
Home.
Home, and you get whacked by MCT 5-0 again, I tell you he's gone.
I tell you, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
confirm
if
lah.
you get hammered by two of your
But then you're too
biggest
late
rivals
already.
at
We
home,
got Conte.
yeah,
That's what Harry's trying to say.
exactly what
I
I was
know.
trying to say.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. I think Atlanta would probably prove like a game that with Cavani or without Ronaldo they can still win the game. But against City you need Ronaldo. So to risk him from injury in the Champions League might be a possible chance that he might rest him.
Okay.
I think
Right.
I feel that
So that
could
means
be
you're going to Atalanta for a draw, lah.
no, a draw would be a good result. A draw would be a
Yeah.
good result. But I think a draw will be there. But I think United will set up the same way they played against Spurs, where they will allow Atlanta to have the ball and they will press on the counter. So I think that works for United.
And
So
Atalanta's press will kill you guys. Bye bye.
probably because
I
they're
mean,
good.
Spurs
They're
don't
good.
press well.
we have to wait and see, lah. But it
Yeah.
should be
We'll know. We'll know
make
soon. We'll know
it
soon.
should make
Yeah.
for. I mean, should make for a big week, lah. This week, I think Ole's got a big week coming up, lah. This week, let's see how it
yeah.
goes, lah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Eugene, thanks for joining us, man. Ram, over to
No
you,
problem.
brother.
Thanks for having me all. All right.
Eugene, once again, thanks for joining us. Just before we go, Eugene, I think the fans have also seen you quite a couple of times as well. But at the same time, why don't you just tell us about your
Yeah.
channel? Give us a brief introduction about the channel, and so the fans can know as well. So go ahead, Eugene. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Channel is Spurs Vision TV. I'm from Malaysia. Created this channel to hook up the Asian fans and link them up with the fans over in internationally, right? Especially the home fans in UK. Especially those who would like to come on, like do this, stream with us, have a chat, right? Do live shows and all that. I have 2 shows a week. Usually, one is the midweek show, right? That's about an hour or so, or 1.5 hours show that goes on usually about, now we got daylight saving time, usually around 10:30 p.m. Malaysian time, 2:30 p.m. GMT. And of course, my usual Sunday show now has been moved from still 1 p.m. GMT, but it's our time now here is at 9 p.m. GMT. That show goes a bit crazy. Sometimes it goes on for about 3-4 hours, and with full panels. Yeah, and the last show I had, I was overbooked. Yeah, we only could have 10 people on the screen, so I had another 12 or 13 people trying to hop on. But that's not a nice experience. But sorry to all those who've been overbooked, right? The guests who couldn't get to hop on to have their say, because don't forget, the day before we lost to MU, right? So a lot of the fan base was need to release the stress. So, but hopefully this coming weekend, I think we have Everton, if I'm not mistaken, away, right? And hopefully by then we do get a proper manager in, right? And hopefully it's Conte. But deep down inside, I don't think it'll happen. But I hope it happens, right? And just snatch him underarm.
So guys, you heard it from the man
Wish
himself.
you all the best, man, Eugene. Yeah, for the
Yeah.
weekend again coming
So
up.
you heard from the man itself. Spurs to Asian TV, proudly made in Malaysia. All of you Spurs fan are welcome to join him, and of course subscribe to his channel. The link of the channel, of course, will be put into the description as well. So do click on it as well. So guys, I has a pleasure once again, Eugene, for having you on the show. I just want to wish.
Before.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, let's wish everyone a very,
Yeah.
very. I mean, we might be away. We might be away for a few days as well, because me and Ram
happy
obviously
Diwali.
will
Guys,
be
happy
celebrating.
Diwali.
But yeah, wishing everyone around the world who celebrates the festival of Diwali or Deepavali a very, very happy Diwali.
Yeah, happy Diwali to all of you. May the festival of lights bring you lots of joy and happiness, and of course, stay tuned and prosperity. Stay tuned to the Plot Malaysia as we bring you more coverage of Premier League and of course all the football happenings around the globe. So once again, signing off from the Plot Malaysia. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.
United.
Leave it out.
All right, man, guys.
All right, guys.
Cheers. Take care. Good night.
Cheers.